What is up, guys and girls? I am Virtual and welcome to something a little different, actually. Yeah, for once I am not doing a Let's Play video. Basically, I've got a lot of work to do. Well, not so much a lot of work to do, but a lot of stuff to do, and not enough time to do everything. So I'm going to collapse today's video down into the things that I need to do. Genius! I know! Maybe. I don't know. Let's find out, shall we? Anyway, minimise me out, please, future me. Gonna presume that that's long enough. Hopefully. Because I've got to think of the editing process while I'm doing this. This is going to be fun. But yes, we are in RPG Maker today. Namely because, funny enough, I got a comment on the game that I'm making that says... Basically, someone's having an issue where, in the intro state of the game, they are unable to progress past a certain point because it's saying that they don't have the required character with them. So, we're gonna have to try and work this out and try and figure this out and see what's wrong. So I need to collapse out all of the appropriate parts, which should be all of these. Don't need the planes section because what you're seeing now is ahead of the one that is on Game Jolt. So there we go. So there's a good chance that this might have already actually been finished. What did I just do? Okay, I thought I actually... I thought I broke something there and I didn't. Right, so... Weapon shops, harbour, town halls, town hall... I don't need to worry about the town hall. The training grounds, Istra Barracks, and the Elon Coast 2. So, right, so this is all of the stuff that we should need. Now... I'm going to take you through and show you exactly what it is it's supposed to be done. So, here we go. We're going to go for a new game, and we're going to try and replicate this problem. If you want to play this for yourself, then you're more than welcome to. I'll shove the link in the description. I don't need to read all this, I know what it says, I read it. Good Jesus, that is long.
Where's the blacksmith?
I forgot about this.
Where's the blacksmith?
Okay, now I'm pretty sure that that colouring on the screen is the wrong colour. So, that's interesting. Now, we don't need to deal with that. We need to talk to Jack first. I actually forgot about that. Your character model is wrong. What is that character model? That's not the character model I gave him. Okay, so that needs fixing. I'm finding more problems by the second. As well as the fact that this game is goddamn loud. Holy shit. Alright, now fortunately, I know exactly where everything is because I programmed it all in, so... We're just going to skip past all of this, grab the stuff, and then... That's my caps lock. There we go, use the dash button. Okie dokie, right, so... Well... Okay, so we've got the blacksmith with us now, and this is apparently where the problem is being caused. So, let's... I need to find the blacksmith first. Ah, okay, so it's actually... in that map sector. Well, this is unusual because I've actually tried this like 16 different times and not been able to replicate that. So that's interesting. At least now I know where the actual problem is. It's these. So let's show the branching programming for this. Conditional branch, blacksmith is on. That won't actually even exist unless the blacksmith is on, so fair enough. I need to find the blacksmith, raise pitch, move player down, else. Oh, okay, well that's interesting. So the blacksmith switch needs to be on in order for, or the blacksmith switch needs to be off in order for that to happen. So that's incorrectly programmed, full stop. And this should be the event which actually turns that switch off. Yeah, yeah, control switches. This one's supposed to be off, so why is it that it's on? Why has it turned itself on to an on state? And that in itself should just outright instantly fix that. So now that we've saved that up, let's see, shall we? Hopefully there's some sort of save that I can borrow. No, that's placed after. Go to the menu, please. I know for a fact that one's based after because you can't get those two characters until then. And so is that one. So we are going to have to go through all of this again. Lovely jubbly. Just what I wanted to do with my spare time. Can we skip past all of this? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can.
Where's the blacksmith?
Yes, I'm going to intentionally try to break my game. Although, there is a couple of things that I noticed are wrong with this, so I wonder if maybe the file has been corrupted at some point. Or at least altered, because there are things in this file, that just, they're not right. Such as the character model for Jack is not the one that I gave him, so it's interesting. And right, so we'll pick you up. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what one of those you answer, just depend on what one of those answers you give will depend on a different layout of things that he says. So nothing overly. There we go. Right, and then okay, now that doesn't work. Huh. Okie dokie, that's fine. Okay, so there's definitely some things going on here which aren't quite right. Oh my good Jesus. How many files have I got? I don't even know. Okay, well let's override that one. Alright, we can shut that down now. And now we can figure out the Istra Barracks too. That's not a problem. That's the one that's the problem. Right, so why aren't you transferring the player as you're meant to? Because you have that on, so you don't exist without that on. What is going on with this? I know I would not have made mistakes like this. This is weird. Actors. Jack, why do you have that face? It's actually been completely overwritten. That's interesting. Both of them. Actually, no, that one not. That one not so much, because I never actually got round to doing that one properly. I don't remember that being one, but these two are perfectly fine. Except for the fact... No, okay, yeah, that's fine. Fair enough. Right, so... Now, hopefully, if I go back into the game with that sorted... Continue... Should just be able to, yeah, go straight out. And it plays out that. Asks if you want to save. You reload in Easter Barracks after having overslept. Again, more cutscene. Should make sure that the rest of this is actually okay. Follow this up. And the game has locked. Why? What's interfering here? Okay, so there's no problems with that. The thing is that I know this couldn't be right because I double, triple and quadruple check every map before I move on. And as you can see, I've moved on. This shouldn't be happening. Why is it happening? Right, so when that happens... That's the one I want. Here we go, right, so this event, okay, uses the intro finish 2 switch, which is on. Okay, do you want to save? Yeah, runs all of that. Raise pitch. Wait. What am I gonna do? Picture. Okay, that doesn't... Move down, move right, turn left 90. See, okay, so she's supposed to have said something there and didn't. But that's fine, that's not a problem. It just means that it skipped that bit of programming for whatever reason. Unless, of course, it's my memory. And she did actually say that, which is quite possible because I was skipping over things like really fast. Right, so from standing there, we've got to move right 3 times. 1, 2, 3, puts the character there. Move up, move right 3 times again. 1, 2, 3, puts them there. Move, wait, so from there, 1, 2, 3, move up, 1, 2, 3, move up, puts them there. That puts the player in the wrong place. 1, 2, 3, move up, 1, 2, 3, move up, and then 1 and then up. So there's supposed to be another 1 and up there. So move right and then turn up. Scrolls the map, turns on that, and then erases that event. So the question is where the fuck is the room chaos event? I know it's around here somewhere. No, it's not that one. Okay, this is rather peculiar. Where the hell is the second event? There should be a second event right there. Do you know, I have the distinct feeling that someone has been messing with my game. Because the room event that should be there, which runs off of the room chaos command, is missing. But why? Where is it? Actually, I doubt I would have moved it across map, so okay. Yeah, that's just that event, which isn't a problem. That turns the forge lock on. Doesn't matter how many different times you walk over that, it's always going to do the same thing, and it can't turn a switch on that's already on, so that's not a problem. Edit event. Into town. Right, so let's read through this. Maybe it's I collapsed it down into a conditional branch on this. So we got control switches, into town to off room chaos. So it turns room chaos off. Right, so that one's definitely supposed to happen after room chaos, but the room chaos one is controlled on, or was controlled to be turned on by that, and then doesn't exist. Huh. Okay, this is interesting because these problems weren't. I am so confused. Like, you will have seen me very confused in many games, but this, honestly, is actually very confusing because I distinctly remember actually programming that, but the problem is I can't remember what it actually did. Because as you can see, clearly doing other things. You know, moved on and all. I wouldn't have moved on without completing this map first. You know, considering that it's quite pretty much you're not going to be able to go on with the game unless that programming is in there. So where is it? What happened to it? Okay, so oh, okay, so that's the room chaos one. Wait, what? So that's turned on by room chaos, which actually means that the programming is running ahead of what the physical thing can do. I remember what happened now. But basically what it was is I remember what happened. I used room chaos as a switch because for whatever reason, when these two walked up, I had to put in duplicates of them because one would walk up and it would alternate between what one was actually visible and what one would disappear. So I had to figure a way around that. But if that's erasing the event, then full control should be given back to the player. And you should have full control anyway, considering it's a parallel process done like that on purpose so that you can actually, you know, do things and stuff. So there's absolutely no reason that should have happened. Okay, well, let's run through that again and see what happens, because I've now clarified. I can't English. I've now clarified that that's not a problem. I'll tell you what though, I have been doing this a lot longer now, and I've actually got a second game which is on the run. And oh my god, is the programming in this so bad. I can tell this was when I didn't really know what I was doing. Okay. should have full control of the character, because there's nothing... No control of the character at all. Why? Also, she did actually skip looking at this, which is interesting. Okay, right, so I didn't want to do that. I actually meant to edit that, because she's actually meant to end up at the one that she ended up before. I am honestly very confused, because you're supposed to do that. Alright, you erase that picture, then you go to here, look at that, ask where it is, and it's so he's literally skipping out parts of the programming for whatever reason. Why? Why is it skipping out parts of the programming? What is going on? Okay, let's give it another go. And this time we're going to very carefully go through each part. Right, so we don't need to worry about this thing. This thing works fine. Can we skip through this, please? Thank you. Yep. Not a problem. Right. So do you want to save? Actually, do you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, we'll save. I overslept. I'm gonna be late for graduation. Need to get ready. What am I gonna do? Where is it? Okay, so it goes through that. And then this plays through. Player can't move again, even though that event isn't there. That event should have self-erased itself. Yeah, event erase. Right, so upon the point in where it moves the camera to there, it's erasing the event, and then if I'm right, you don't actually do anything, do you? Nope. Pretty sure you don't do anything. Again, pretty sure. Why? Why? What? Can you understand? Oh my fucking god! I am confused. Like, hard. How is it that someone gets confused by their own game? I haven't been back into this area since, you know, since I started it, pretty much. This is, although badly organised, all of this stuff came after this. So, yeah. If I'm right, turn 80, wait 2, else wait 60 frames. So you're waiting 60 frames because... Oh wait, that's using a different switch. Named the same thing, but it's a different switch. So because that one's not on, you're just waiting 60 frames. Okay, what about you? Your programming is different. Again, waiting for 60 frames. So it's this one that's the control for everything. That turns that on, room chaos off, plays the exclamation, all this bollocks, then turns that one on. So, you know, the things happen and stuff. Okay then. Interesting, because that's a player touch event. I just realised what the problem is. It's a simple logic problem. Initially, from the mess of programming that this is, like I said, this was back when I didn't actually really know what I was doing with this. I know a lot more than what I did back then. You know, there's several hundred more hours worth of experience actually doing all this and how to more tidily program things. This is a fucking mess. It's a state. It's horrible. But yes, you can see the basic logic problem here. It turns this will only come on when that is turned on. So, which is only turned on by that. Okay, so what does this do? That doesn't do anything. And that doesn't do... Intro finish to off, raise event. Okay, so this is a parallel process. And it's raising the event of... well, it's turning off the control switch for intro 2. What the fuck? Excuse me 1 minute. Right, well, I'm back after that phone call. That was interesting and also a rather long phone call. It wasn't meant to last that long. Oh well, never mind. Anyway, whilst I was on that phone call, I was also looking around a little bit, and to be honest, I cannot work out what the hell has happened to this. Something has happened which has removed some rather important things that were in place to avoid these problems. And I don't know why it's happened. I don't know how it's happened. Just that somewhere along the line it has happened. So basically I'm gonna have to, well, I've got two choices from here. I can either repair the game, which is going to take fucking forever, because I'm actually gonna have to sit there and work out every problem and go through every single line of code in this game for every single map, which if I just click a few buttons down here is every single one of these maps that has been programmed into the game, which as you can see there is a lot of them. There's a lot of them. So I need to make sure that they all work. But I think I have probable cause as to what might have done it. Basically, this is made in VX8, for any of you who don't know. It's made in RPG Maker VX8. I also have MV. And at some point, you know, a good couple months back, I thought, you know what, MV is just, it's a better software all round. It's a lot better than VX8, and I actually prefer it over VX8. So I tried to import this entire game into it. Didn't quite go to plan. Didn't work, like, at all. The scaling of the map items just doesn't match up. For whatever reason, that MV uses different sizings, and just the whole way the grid's laid out is completely different. And it completely fucked the entire, like, map system. So I didn't go with that. But I think in doing that process, somehow I have caused something to flip a switch somewhere. Well, yeah, you know, it's just, it's not working. In fact, actually, I might even still have the, no, that's the scene manager. Scene game over. Where is it? Where would I... Oh no, yeah, I would have taken it out, wouldn't I? Because it's one of those that you run the script, you run the game, and then it does its thing. So if I'd left it in now, I'd have ended up with like a bajillion copies of the game. So, anyway, I made a few changes, so we're going to give this one last test run to see if hopefully it's finished. Hopefully I've actually fixed it and this isn't the nightmare that I think it is. And it goes back. My god, I've actually done it. Except for the fact that, yeah, okay, so there was a slight glitch. A very, very slight problem. Namely, this guy right here was invisible, which he would have been if that wasn't on. Oh wait, yeah, no, because this is the controlling. Yeah, for whatever reason I chose Jack to be the controlling event. So when this erases its event, it no longer exists. Okay, makes sense. Don't suppose. Actually, I tell you what, considering that we now know that it works and that I've managed to fix the problems that shouldn't have existed in the first place, I'm not going to let this go. These problems should not have been here. It's like someone's gone through and just changed a bunch of options. Like, not really knowing what they're doing. Self switch. We want self switch A, turn self switch A on. Come to a new page, you're gonna go on self switch A, and then you are literally just gonna be that, and you're just gonna stand there and do jack shit. Which is ironic that I should use that terminology. Right, so we save, we run the playtest. Now hopefully this won't break everything, because I've never actually successfully used a self switch on a character that's a moving process. So, off we go. I need to speed that up, I know that much. That is slow. Right, now when it gets back over here, I should have control. And provided everything's worked, oh look! Now the question is this going to be a problem? Yep! He cloned himself. Okay, so yeah, he may have slightly cloned himself there. That's fine. I'm sure we can find something in this that this triggers. Control switches, intro town 2 off. Okay, so upon the point in which that moves, it requires for that to be on. And then that's when it sets this all up to start moving. Okay. Don't know why I've got that on. That should be a prerequisite. But fair enough. It's kind of harmless that actually being there at the moment. It doesn't really do anything. It's just a redundancy. So we'll leave it for the time being. While I work out whether or not this is actually a good idea, we're going to put in a conditional branch. And we're going to go the intertown switch is on. Then you're going to erase yourself. Now, hopefully, what that should do is that when that's turned on to activate the moving, what it should do is remove that. If my train of thinking is correct, which might not be. We'll find out. Oh boy, that's slow. Yeah, note to, oh wait, I'm not using the right, I thought I had the, player not being a control problem there, I was using the wrong buttons. Not really, yep, don't need to worry about all of that. Huh. Well, this is interesting, because... Oh, okay, hello. Oh, of course. I'm a dum-dum. Why did that not occur to me? Why at no point did it occur to me that, of course, that's going to be an action button process, so I need to run it as a parallel process, otherwise it's not going to fucking do anything! There we go. Ran over. Anyway, I think, you know, I've done this, obviously, this is a bit of an ego trip on the fact that I've been showing off the game that I've been creating, which apparently has more problems than I thought it did, which is never a good thing. But it's fine. Because now we're actually... I'm not even going to ask why the hell those are all there. But at least now there are a number of things that shouldn't go wrong. Because I fixed them all, hopefully. Which means that we can pretty much close all of that down. And now I can go back to working on the stuff that I was working on, which is this. Because YOLO, right? I mean, the programming for this section alone is like miles more advanced than any of that was. I mean, look, there's all sorts of fucking movement and shit and removing and adding of players and God knows what else, and just fucking yes. So if there's any problems with that, that's going to create a rather big problem for me. But it's fine. I'll fix them every time because I'm a problem solver and that's what I do. I love solving problems. Hence why I'm making a game, because when something breaks, it's a good challenge to fix the problem. Because you have to fucking find the problem first. And let me tell you this, not everyone describes what the problem actually is very well all the time. But it's okay, that's not their fault, that's usually my fault for being unable to understand them properly. Anyway, that being said, I think that does it for this video. It's a bit more of an unusual one, and it's not one that's going to be common here, so don't worry about that. It's just collapsing the mountainous amount of things that I had to do into one place because I needed to do a video, I needed to fix the game. I had no idea how long fixing the game was going to take, nor did I know what video to do, so I thought, hey, you know what, I'll shove them both into the video, because why not? That'll be fun to watch. Huh? Yeah, of course it will. Nah, probably not. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button, stay awesome as always, and I will see you lot with a nice game in the next video.